Good day everyone. So today's lecture will be focusing on the criteria for assessment of curriculum and instructions. So before we delve into specifics, let's clarify what we mean by criteria. So in the context of curriculum evaluation, criteria are the standards or the benchmark used to judge the quality and effectiveness of a curriculum. So they provide a framework for assessing whether a curriculum achieve its intended goals and meet the needs of its students. So now we will going to examine 5 key criteria for evaluating the effectiveness and appropriateness of a curriculum. It includes relevance, coherence, effectiveness, efficiency, and equity. So let's start with relevance. So a relevant curriculum directly connects to the students' lives, interests, and future aspirations, making the learning more meaningful and engaging. So how do we assess relevance? So we look for the connections to students' real-life experiences, cultural context, and future career aspirations. So can students really see the present in the future benefits of the material? So, ang strong curriculum will demonstrate a clear link between the content and students' lives. So, think about how you as students respond to a subject that feels relevant versus the one that seems disconnected from your world. Next is coherence. So a coherent curriculum logically sequences lessons and content, building upon the previously learned concept to create a clear progressions of knowledge and skills. So how do we assess coherence? So we're going to examine the flow of lessons, ensuring that each builds logically on the previous one. And there should be a clear progression, avoiding abrupt shift or disconnected topics. So, ang well-structured curriculum provides a smooth learning pathway. So, just think about the time that you struggled to understand a new concept because the prerequisite knowledge wasn't adequately covered. So, coherent curriculum prevents such situations. So now, let's consider effectiveness. So an effective curriculum achieves its intended learning goals, resulting in measurable improvements in students' knowledge and skills. So how do we assess effectiveness? We can use various assessment methods like formative and summative assessments, observations, and student feedback. So analyzing the students' performance in these mga assessments, it helps us to determine if the curriculum is meeting its objectives. So a truly effective curriculum leads to demonstrable learning gains. Just think about the course where you felt you genuinely learn and develop new skills. So that's the hallmark of an effective curriculum. So next is we will discuss efficiency. So an efficient curriculum maximizes the use of resources including the time, the teaching materials, and technology to achieve the learning objectives without waste. Okay, so how do we assess efficiency? So we analyze the allocation per topic or the time allocation per topic, the effectiveness of the teaching methods, and the resources utilization. So yeah, that is efficient curriculum. And also the efficient curriculum makes the optimal use of available resources. So just think about a course where you felt that your time was well spent and resources were used effectively. So that's a sign of an efficient curriculum. So lastly, let's discuss equity. So an equitable curriculum is inclusive and meets the diverse needs of all students regardless of their background, learning styles, or abilities. So how do we assess equity? We should consider whether the curriculum adapts to students' diverse needs. Okay, so does it provide differentiated instruction? resources for students with special needs, or it doesn't provide opportunities for all students to participate. So, an equitable curriculum ensures that all students have an equal access to success. So, just think about a classroom environment where everyone felt supported and had the opportunity to learn and succeed. So, regardless of their background or learning style. So now, let's consider some relevant research and best practices for teachers as evaluators. So, Glattern, he emphasized the importance of a well-structured curriculum for effective learning. So it includes the clear goals, logical sequencing of content, and appropriate pacing. So a well-structured curriculum, according to him, leads to improve the student outcomes and engagement. Okay, so next is according to Tomlinson, which he advocates for differentiated instruction to meet the diverse learning needs of the students. So differentiated instruction tailors teaching methods and materials to individual students' needs, promoting equity and ensuring that all students can access and progress within the curriculum. So these are the best practices highlighting case strategies for teachers to enhance curriculum effectiveness and equity. So first, use varied teaching strategies to maintain the students' interests. Second, ensures that lessons build on the prior knowledge in a logical way. And third, provide remedial support for the struggling students. First, use varied teaching strategies to maintain student interest. So, we all know different students learn in different ways. So, a varied approach caters to diverse learning styles and keep the students engaged. So, to implement that, we can incorporate a mix of teaching methods such as discussions, multimedia presentations, hands-on activities, games, projects, and technology integration. So, we should also consider the use of different grouping strategies such as individual, peers, small groups, whole class, in order to provide a varied learning experiences. Just for an example, um, instead of solely lecturing, incorporate a class debate, a multimedia presentation, and a hands-on experiment to cover the same topic, allowing students to engage with the material and in a multiple ways. Okay? So second, ensures lessons is built on a prior knowledge in a logical way. So learning as cumulative. New knowledge should connect to what the students already know. So building upon the prior knowledge, it creates a coherent and meaningful learning experiences, improving the understanding and the retention of the students. So to implement that, begin the each lesson or unit by reviewing relevant prior knowledge, explicitly connect the new concept to previous learning. So, you as a teacher also can use scaffolding techniques to support the students in building upon their existing knowledge base. For example, before introducing a complex algebraic equations, you have to review first the basic arithmetic operations and concept. So third, provide remedial support for struggling students. So not all students learn at the same pace or in the same way. So providing them additional support ensures that all students have the opportunity to succeed. So offering them individualized support through tutoring, extra practice assignments, or differentiated tasks. So you can also use formative assessments to identify the students who need extra help, and also providing them various resources to cater to different learning styles and abilities. And also consider peer tutoring or collaborative learning strategies. Okay? For example, for the students that struggling with a particular concept, offer one-on-one tutoring sessions or provide additional practice worksheets tailored to their needs or allowing them to complete a modified version of the assignment. So these best practices emphasizes the importance of creating a dynamic, inclusive, and supportive learning environment that maximizes the student engagement and learning outcomes for all the students. So they move beyond a one-size-fits-all approach to teaching and acknowledge the diverse need of the learners. So, to summarize, evaluating a curriculum involves examining its relevance, coherence, effectiveness, efficiency, and equity. So, teachers need to assess whether the curriculum is aligned with the students' needs, structured logically, capable of achieving the intended learning outcomes, resource efficient, and inclusive for all students. So, using these criteria, it helps the teachers to identify the areas for the improvement and ensure that their instructional practices meet the diverse needs of all the students.